It shall come to pass, if you will not hearken unto the voice of Yahuwah, to guard and to do all of his commandments and his statutes, which I command you this day, that all these curses shall come upon you and overtake you. Cursed shall you be in the city, cursed shall you be in the field, cursed shall your basket be and your store. Cursed shall be the fruit of your body, and the fruit of your land, and the increase of your kine, and the flocks of your sheep. Cursed you shall be when you come in, and cursed you shall be when you go out. Yahuwah shall send upon it the cursing and vexation, and the rebuke in all that you set your hand to do, until you are destroyed, until you perish quickly, because the wickedness of your doings. For you have forsakeneth me, says Yahuwah. Yahuwah shall maketh the pestilence cleave unto you, until he has consumed you from off of the land where you go to possess it. Yahuwah shall smite you with a consummation, and with a fever, and with an inflammation, and an extreme burning, with the sword, with the blasting, with the mildew, and they shall pursue you until you perish. Your heaven that is over your head shall be brass, and the earth that is under you shall be iron. Yahuwah shall maketh the rain of your land powder and dust. From heaven shall it come down upon you until you are destroyed. Yahuwah shall cause you to be smitten before your enemies. You shall go out one way against them, and flee 7 ways before them, and shall be removed into the kingdoms of the earth. Your carcass shall be meat unto all the fowls of the air, and until the beasts of the earth, and no man shall fray them away. Yahuwah will smite you with the botch of Egypt, and with the tumors, and with the scab, and with the itch, whereof you cannot be healed. Yahuwah shall smite you with madness, blindness, and an astonishment of heart. You shall grope at noonday as the blind man gropes in darkness. You shall not prospereth in your ways, and you shall be only oppressed and spoiled forevermore. No man shall save you. No man shall save you. You shall betroth a woman, and another man shall lie with her. You shall build a house, and you shall not dwell there. You shall plant the vineyards, and you shall not gather the grapes. Your ox shall be slain before your very eyes. You shall not eat thereof. Your ass shall be violently taken away from before your face. You shall not be restored to you. Your sheep shall be given unto your enemies, and you shall have no one to rescue them. Your sons and your daughters shall be given into another people. Your eyes shall look and fail with longing for them all the day long. There shall be no might in your hand. The fruit of your land and all your labors shall a nation which you know not eat it up. You shall be only oppressed and cursed always. So you shall be mad for the sight of your eyes which you shall see. Yahuwah shall smite you in the knees and in the legs with a sore botch that cannot be healed from the sole of your foot unto the top of your head. Yahuwah shall bring you with your king which you shall set over you unto a nation which neither you nor your fathers have known, and there shall you serveth other mighty ones of wood and stone. You shall become an astonishment, a proverb, a byword among all nations, where Yahuwah shall lead you. You shall carry much seed unto the field, and shall gather but little in, for the locust shall consume it. You shall plant vineyards and dress them, but shall neither drink of the wine, nor gather the grapes, for the worms shall eat them. You will have olive trees throughout all your coasts, but you shall not anoint yourself with the oil, for your oil shall cast his fruit. You shall beget sons and daughters, but you shall not enjoy them, for they will go into captivity. All your trees and fruit of your land shall be locust consumed. The stranger that is with you, you shall get up above you, high. You shall come down very low. He shall lend to you, and you shall not lend to him. He shall be the head, and you shall be the tail. Moreover, all these curses shall come upon you, and pursue you, and overtake you, until you are destroyed, because you did not hearken to the voice of Yahuwah, to guard his commandments and his statutes that he commands you. And they shall be upon you for a sign and a wonder, and upon your seed forever, because you servedeth not Yahuwah with joyfulness and gladness of heart for the abundance of all things. Therefore shall you serveth your enemies, which Yahuwah shall send against you, in hunger, in thirst, In nakedness and in want of all things, he shall put a yoke of iron upon your neck until he has destroyed you. Yahuwah will bring a nation against you from afar, from the ends of the earth, as swift as the eagle flies, a nation whose tongue you shall not understand, a nation of fierce countenance which shall not guard the person or the old, nor show favor to the young. And he shall eat the fruit of your cattle and the fruit of your land until you are destroyed, which also shall not leave you either grain, wine, or oil, or increase of your kine, or flocks, or your sheep, until Yahuwah has destroyed you. He shall besiege you in all your gates until your high and fenced walls come down, where you trusted throughout all your land. He shall besiege you in all your gates throughout all your land, which Yahuwah has given you. You shall eat the fruit of your own body, the flesh of your sons and your daughters, which Yahuwah has given you in the siege and in the straitness, for with your enemies shall distress you. So that the man that is tender among you and very delicate, his eyes shall be evil toward his own brother, and toward the woman of his bosom, and toward the remnant of his children which he shall leave, so that he will not give to any of them of the flesh of his own children, whom he shall eat, because he has nothing left him in the siege and in his straitness, wherewith your enemies shall distress you in all your gates. The tender and delicate woman among you, which would not adventure to set the sole of her foot upon the ground. For delicateness and tenderness, her eye shall be evil toward the man of her own bosom, and toward her son, and toward her daughter, and toward her young, and that comes from between her feet, and between her, and toward her children, which she shall bear, for she shall eat them, for want of all things secretly in the siege and straitness, wherewith your enemies shall distress you in your gates. If you will not guardeth and do all the words of Yahuwah in this Torah that are written, that you may feareth and magnifieth the fearful name of Yahuwah, then Yahuwah will maketh your plagues wonderful, and the plagues of your seed even great plagues, a long continuance, and sore sickness and long continuance. Moreover, he will bring upon you with all the diseases of Egypt, which you were afraid of, and they shall cleave to you, also every sickness, every plague, which is not written in this book, that will Yahuwah cleave to you. And Yahuwah will bring upon you until you be destroyed, and ye shall be left few in number. Ye shall be destroyed, and left few in number, whereas ye were as the stars of heaven for multitude, because you would not obey the voice of Yahuwah. It shall come to pass that Yahuwah rejoiced over you to do good and to do multiply you. So Yahuwah will now rejoice over you to destroy you and bring you to nothing, and ye shall be plucked from off the land where you go to possess it. Yahuwah shall scatter you among all the people from one end of the earth to the other, and there you shall serve other mighty ones, which neither you nor your fathers have known, of wood and stone. And among these nations shall you find no ease, neither shall the sole of your foot have rest, but Yahuwah shall give you there a trembling heart, and failing of eyes, and sorrow of mind. Your life shall hang in doubt before you, you shall fear day and night, and shall have no assurance of your life. In the morning you shall say, would it to Yahuwah that it were evening, and in the evening you shall say, would it to Yahuwah that it were morning, for the fear of your heart wherewith you shall fear, and for the sight of your eyes which you shall see. Yahuwah shall bring you to Egypt again with ships by the way. I will speak unto you, you shall see it no more again, and there ye shall be sold unto your enemies for bondmen and bondwomen, and no man will buy you. These are the words of the covenant which Yahuwah commanded Moshe to cut with the children of Yahsharel in the land of Moab, beside the covenant which he cut with them in Shoreh. This is what's coming for you who do not obey and hearken to the voice of Yahuwah. The 10 Commandments. The first commandment, put Yahuwah first. If we obey him and truly serve him, we will put him above all things, above our family, above our land, above our paycheck, above our boss, above our vanity, above our life, above everything. Our very life hangs in the balance. Our thoughts are not our own. Yahuwah knows our thoughts. and he tests our heart, and he knows our heart, and he tests our thoughts, and only the boldest and only the greatest will make it. Not so bold and not so great, but cleave to Yahuwah's word, and you can be bold and you can be great, Yahuwah willing. There's a remnant that will make it, but only a remnant. That was Deuteronomy 28, verse 15. Now, listen up. Yahuwah will gather you from all the nations where he scattered you, and he will call to the winds to bring my daughters into the sons, and do not leave them behind, and Yahuwah is gathering you. Okay. Jeremiah 30, verse 3. For lo, the days come, says Yahuwah, that I will bring againeth the captivity of my people Yahsharel and Yehudah, and I will cause them to return to the land that I gave to their fathers, and they shall possess it. And I will cause them to return. I'm not supernaturally gathering them. I will cause them to return. Why? Because they fearedeth my great Kadash name, and obeyed my commandments. Guys know what's going on right now with all the storms and the hurricanes? I have a scripture for you. Jeremiah 30, verse 23. Behold, the whirlwind of Yahuwah goes forth with fury, a continuing whirlwind, and it shall fall with pain upon the head of the wicked. The fierce anger of Yahuwah shall not return until he has done it, and until he has performed the intents of his heart. And in the latter days you shall consider it. The fierce anger of Yahuwah, and his whirlwind has gone forth with fury. And people are dying. And people are being cast out into the streets, and their bodies to be broken into pieces and cast out like dung. And it was written, he will not save you in the land of Babylon. Nahum chapter 1, verse 3. Yahuwah is slow to anger and great in power, and will not at all acquit the wicked. Yahuwah has his way in the whirlwind and in the storm, and the clouds are the dust of his feet. Yahuwah knows where these storms are going. They are his storms. No man. They are his storms. Yes, they are man-made. But Yahuwah is still in control. He has his way in the whirlwind and in the storm, and I would be terrified if I was still in the land of Babylon. Psalm 50, verse 22. Now consider this, ye that forget Yahuwah, lest I tear you in pieces, and there is no one to deliver. Now we're going to go to Isaiah 52, verse 11. Depart, yea, depart, go out from thence, touch no unclean thing, go out of the midst of her. Be ye clean that bear the vessels of Yahuwah, for ye shall not go out with haste, nor go by flight, for Yahuwah will go before you, and the mighty one of Yahsharel will be your reward. Depart, yea, depart. Run away, escape, go out. Isaiah 55, verse 6. Seek ye Yahuwah while he may still be found. Call ye upon him while he is near. Let the wicked forsake his way and his unrighteousness. And the unrighteous man his thoughts, and let him return to Yahuwah, and he will have mercy upon him, and to our mighty one, for he will abundantly pardon. When we return. Jeremiah 30, verse 3. For lo, the days come, says Yahuwah, I will bring againeth the captivity of my people Yahsharel, and I will cause them to return to the land that I gave to their fathers. He will cause them to return. There's no supernatural escape button. There's no Yahuwah's gathering you by a supernatural method. You will escape yourself. Isaiah 10, verse 22. This is sad, guys. For though your people Yahsharel be as the sand of the sea, yet only a remnant will return. Only a remnant will return. Shalom.